Lying down here with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, drawing your awareness to your physical body. Just take a few breaths to consciously arrive here in this space, on your mat, and in your body. Witness and notice mood, your energy, lingering feelings, being present, awake, and aware to what is, and just witnessing. And start to feel into the space that is around your body. So you might start feeling that by acknowledging the clothing on your skin, the temperature on your skin, and then noticing the space that is just outside of the skin. See if you can feel that all around the body, and it might extend out from the skin, your awareness, maybe a couple inches or maybe a foot. Feel and acknowledge this space as also a part of you. And let your awareness come back to your breath, noticing, feeling the rise and fall. And as you feel your breath, can you also feel this place of center? Maybe at the belly, maybe at the heart, or somewhere in between. It feels like your center, your core. And as you inhale, can you envision and imagine that the breath expands out, filling the whole physical and energetic bodies all around your being? And as you exhale, can you imagine that this exhale culminates, concentrates into your place of center, drawing energy there? Slowly lengthening out the inhale and exhale, feeling that expansive quality on inhale, that drawing into center on exhale. And when you feel ready on an inhale, stretch the legs out and reach the arms, maybe with interlaced hands, to the wall behind you. And as you exhale, let the knees come up into the chest, just coming into a little ball. You might draw your nose up as well. Inhale, stretching long, reaching hands and feet away. And just once more, coming into that little ball. When you're ready, extend and reach limbs again. And then interlace the hands behind the head, letting the elbows go wide. Walk the feet to the right side of the mat, crossing left ankle over the right. And then shimmy the shoulders to that right side too, so the whole left side of the body is getting a stretch. Breathe into the side of the waist, the hip. You might even feel this a little bit on the side back of the body, the lower back. And as your feet are over to the right side of your mats and your shoulders to the right side, take your left arm and reach it across the body for a moment. And take one more breath, so cross over to that right side as well. And then unwind the arms, shimmy the shoulders back to center, unwind the legs, and let the legs walk over to the left side, hips and shoulders staying on the ground. Shimmy the shoulders to that left side, maybe crossing right ankle over left. Breathe and hold, breathing the ribs apart on the right side of the body. It's like you're creating a C shape. Feeling maybe into the side of the waist, the low back, the side of the leg. And then release that right hand from the head and stretch it across the body in front of your chest over to that left side, and see if that makes any adjustments in the low back, in the back of the body. Unwind the arm, the legs, the shoulders, and then draw that right knee into the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Maybe feeling a stretch into the front of that left hip. And then keeping the left hip down, you might place your hand there. Just open the right knee out to the side and then draw it back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. So you're just cradling the knee out to the side and back to center. Good. And then 1 more. And as the knee stays into your chest, now we'll reach the leg up. Hands might lace behind the back of the thigh, or hands could be on holding onto the pant leg, and you're just stretching the leg up and then bending the knee again. And stretching up and bend the knee. And then just pause and point and flex the foot a few times. Good. And then release that straight leg all the way down to the ground. And drawing the other knee in. Hands might lace the opposite way on the front of the shin at the back of the thigh. Squeeze in. Press and connect the opposite leg down towards the ground. And then right hand to the front of the right thigh as you open the hip out to the side, the knee out to the side and back in. Next time that left knee comes in, hands can hold onto the pant leg or the back of the thigh as you stretch and reach the leg up. And then bend the knee. Just stretching up and bending. So we're warming the knee, the ankle, warming the hamstring and the calf, just slowly starting to move these muscles in the back of the body. And then pause with the leg as straight as is comfortable and just point and flex a few times. And then release that leg straight down. Bend both knees and place the feet on the floor, nothing behind the head. Anchor the hands down. Tuck the tailbone under, press into the feet so that the lower back anchors down to the ground, and then slowly articulate the spine, pressing hands into the ground until you lift up the hips, the middle back, maybe a little bit of the upper back, keeping the knees squeezing to the midline without touching, and then articulate the spine back down 1 vertebra at a time until the low back comes back down. We'll do that again. Pushing into the feet, tuck the tailbone under, articulate 1 vertebra at a time, reaching to lift the hips up. And then lower, unwind all the way again. Let the hands come to the belly in between the hip bones and the navel. And take a moment just to give yourself a little cough to feel the action in the belly. So you notice that belly starts to get engaged. So anchor into the left foot. Feel the pelvis nice and level. And then slide that right foot as if you're trying to slide it long, stretching the leg out. The leg doesn't have to be straight. And then slide that leg back in. So we're going to stay on the right side. You might feel that same action in the belly with the belly sort of engaging like you were doing a cough, but holding that engagement as you stretch the right leg out and then bring it back in. Kind of like you're sliding the foot along the floor. So these deep stabilizer muscles are working in the core. And then to make this a little bit deeper, as the leg moves away, you might make a little S sound. So it's like this. And this sound, oddly enough, works our transverse abdominis. And draw that leg back in, and we'll head over to the other side. So you're stretching the left leg. Remember, you can take a break whenever you need. I'm not going to do this sound because it's probably a little too much for you to hear, but you can do that sound on your own as you stretch the leg away. Paying attention to the muscular engagement in the core. Taking a break when you need. You might do about 3 or 4 more on this side. And then allow that foot to come to the floor with the knee bent. Find your block, one of your blocks, I have one close by, and draw a block in between your knees. Squeeze the knees together and elevate the knees so that they're over top the hips, feet the same height. Reach your arms up like you're holding a big beach ball. Squeeze inner leg lines together and then shift the knees to one side as the arms go to the other side. You might lift up the hip a little bit to let the knees stay level, and then exhale, legs over to the other side, arms over to the other side. So our oblique muscles here. Hold for the inhale. You might do a little drawing of the knees up to the shoulder when they come to the side, and then move knees away, drawing up to the other shoulder just to make this a bit more challenging. Another option, when the knees head to the side, you might straighten the legs, bend the knees, exhale over, straighten the legs, bend the knees, and exhale over. So it's up to you which option you choose. Maybe it's doing that little smile, drawing with your knees, going side to side. Good. And then we're just going to keep the block where it is and roll over to one side. Use your arm underneath your head to give yourself a little pillow. Keep the knees sort of connected together. Use that top arm to circle around the hand on shoulder, starting to rotate the elbow around. And then start to rotate the arm straight if that feels accessible to you. And then you can keep doing this if you're not going into a twist, but if a twist is okay for you, open the arm and then see about holding. You might feel this a little bit on the lower back of the body. You might hold and breathe, or maybe come in and out as the arm circles around. You come forward And then back. Take a moment to breathe and hold if that feels comfortable. And then unwinding back to that starting position. And you can just roll onto your back and over to the other side. I'm going to do a little flip over. Again, the lower arm coming to tuck under the head. Top hand comes to the top shoulder and you start to rotate the elbow in. And then eventually the arm might straighten and you're just honoring the range of motion that you have on this side. And so you can keep this movement into the shoulder, or maybe with knees sort of up to the height of the hips, you might open the chest. And you could pause and hold or come in and out of this twist. And if you do come in the twist, you might feel like the arm is kind of hanging a bit. If it is, bend the elbow and just place the hand on the ribs, the shoulder again. Feeling a stretch maybe in the front of the chest, maybe in the big deep twist into the back. And one more breath. And then unwind when you're ready. Press into your hands and come all the way up. And we'll start in a tabletop posture, but we're going to do tabletop just a little different today. See about stretching your right leg out to the side so that your right leg is in line with your left knee. Let your hands come down just like you normally would for your tabletop. Lengthen the spine, so you're arching your back and maybe a tiny bit, keep the belly in, and then scoop the belly in round. So feeling through the back body, the low back, the space between the shoulder blades, how this might feel different than it normally does with that one leg out to the side. And if it's not accessible, you can come back to your regular cat and cow. And then let's pause and walk the hands up to the knee that's on the ground. And if it's too much to have that knee there, you can always put the shin on a block. Another option is you can sit down and let that leg sort of come inward as if you are doing a like curling it in. So you've got either option. And then we'll take the hand to the extended leg and reach the opposite arm up and exhale over to that side. So same if you're sitting down and you have the one leg curled in. Breathe into the whole side body. And then scoop the belly a bit and sort of curl slightly forward so that now you might feel it a little bit more on the back of the body. See about tucking the tailbone under as you do this. Breathe and hold. And then inhale to come up and take that top arm and set it down. You might have it on a block if you like, or onto the floor. Reach the top arm long if that feels okay for you. And then push into the side of the foot, into the side of the hip, and reach long. Then one more breath. Exhale, curl the belly in, draw the extended knee in, and come back to your tabletop. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the other leg stretches out to the side. Anchor the foot down. Hands come forward so you're in your tabletop, and then start that cat and cow. And one or two more. So we're trying to move and hydrate through all the back of the body. And then walk the hands up to the hips. So again, if you need, you can place the bum down and then let the hand go to the extended leg. Reach the opposite arm up and head over to that side. Good. Breathe and hold, breathing into the side body. Scoop the belly and do a little rounding forward. And then the other hand comes down and you reach the top hem long alongside the ear if that feels okay. So if you're seated, you're stretching the other way. Good. Give yourself another breath. And then come up with the torso, draw the knee in, come back into your tabletop and give yourself a couple hip wags from side to side. Land in center, keep the belly connected. Shift the right leg back, tuck the toe under, and push the heel away. Keep the legs straight so that we're stretching the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius. And then bend the knee as you push the heel away, that stretching soleus. Straighten the leg, push the heel away. Bend the knee, push the heel away. Good. One more time. Straighten the leg, push the heel away. And then we're going to take that same leg, the right leg, and step it forward. So I'm going to come up to a kneeling position first, and then step that right foot forward. Yeah, let the hands come to the thighs. You can lean or wiggle that foot forward as much as you need. You might do a little bit of a stretch for the lunge and reach arms up if that feels okay. Soften into the shoulders, front ribs in. Breathe and hold. And then as you exhale, release the hands down. You might let the hands come to a block, but shift the hips back so that that front leg is nice and straight and you're bowing over the front leg. You might feel this in the hamstring and the calf muscle. Breathe and hold. And then shift partway forward to draw that right foot back into your tabletop. Shift the opposite leg back so the left leg is back. Tuck the toe, push the heel away. Straight leg. And then bend the knee, push the heel away. Straighten the leg, push the heel away. And bend the knee, push the heel away. And one more time, straighten the leg, push the heel away. And then step that foot through. Lean the hips forward. Hands come up to the front thigh. Maybe the arms reach and lift up. Squeezing inner leg lines to center to help with your balance. Maybe a stretch into the front of that right hip a little bit. And then release the hands. Straighten that front leg, bow over the shin. Remember, you have blocks. So you can get the ground a little closer if you need. Good. From here, you're going to shift the front foot back a little bit. Let the hands come to the front thigh. We're going to push into that leg, stand all the way up, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Nice soft knees. Inhale, lifting weight. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. And then one more. Nice. Exhale, hands to heart. We're stepping the right foot over top the left. If you feel like you need to have a wall close by, so if you want to be by the wall just to help with balance, you can do that. So the pinky toes are kind of close to each other. The right leg is in front, and then we're going to reach the right arm up. So we're getting that side stretch again, but once again, we're going to draw the belly in and sort of round the chest forward. So it's like you're looking down to the ground. I'm going to take this a little further. So you might come back to center and then exhale, fold straight forward. Hands can stay on the thighs and you can do a halfway fold. You can place a block in front of you, or you can hold on to a part of the wall and do a halfway fold or fold all the way. Anchor the big toes down. And then maybe as you're here, you do just a smidge of a lean forward without falling, and a lean back, noticing where the stretch is a little bit more in the back leg. Walk the hands up the front thigh, come all the way up, and then step that right foot back all the way to the back of the mat. So warrior two stance. Bending into that left knee, elevate the arms up, shimmy the shoulders, give them a soft moment. Look over that left middle finger, connect to your core. So nice, stable and strong. When we stay in our poses a little bit longer, we have that meditative quality, but we also can build muscle mass, bone density. And then release the back hand down, reach the front arm up. So your reverse warrior, revolved warrior. Maybe that top arm, you want to place the hand behind your head. That might feel like it's going to work a little bit more for you. And then again, you might give yourself just a little tuck of the belly, looking down towards the back foot. Inhale to reach up and place that left forearm down on the thigh. Opposite arm coming maybe alongside the ear or tuck under behind you, whichever works best for you. Nice and strong in the legs, strong in the core. Turning the head whichever way feels best. And then push into the feet, come all the way up. Release the hands. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. And one more time. Good. And then let the feet become parallel with each other for a moment. So the feet are parallel. We're coming into the back of the legs. Again, you can have a block close by if you need. You might want to place that in between your thighs. And then folding at the hips, send the bum back. Hands can come to the block. Hands can come to the ground. You can place the hands so that they might walk in between your feet, having the fingers and the toes facing the same direction. So the hands can also be on the block. And as you're in this forward fold, once again, you might choose to do a little bit of movement forward and back and just see where you feel a little bit more of the stretch in the back of the legs. You can do the same thing halfway lifted. Halfway lift the spine and then turn the toes out to the side and the heels in. The knees are going to bend. You're coming into that goddess pose legs, and then allow the hands to come up to the thighs to push yourself up. Take a pause in your goddess legs and then allow the arms to come to goddess. Push into the feet, straighten the arms and the legs, and then sit yourself back down, connect to core. Good. Reach and lift up. And then exhale down. Good. One more like that. Reach and lift up. And exhale down. Pause and hold. Let the hands come to the heart. Draw your awareness inside. Connect to the core. Feel the strength in the legs. One more breath. Push into the feet. Turn again towards that left side. Step the back right foot forward. Inhale to reach all the way up. We're diving forward. Exhale. Hands come to the shins to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. And you're stepping your feet back for your plank pose. Any type of plank that works for you. So knees can be down, forearms can be down, whatever works best. Taking as long as you need in your plank. Coming down to your belly when you feel ready. Hands under shoulders, elbows in, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, lift the chest. Heart rising forward, front ribs in. Exhale to lower. Two more like that. And then a choice to stay on your belly, stacking hands under the forehead, bending knees and letting the feet go side to side. Or come up into tabletop and do some hip circles. Or into your child's pose or your downward dog. So totally up to you what to choose. If you are in downward dog, just make sure you release the back of the neck. Taking a look at your feet. One more full long breath wherever you are. And then on an exhale, nice and slow, coming up either to standing or to a forward fold. Giving yourself that halfway lift to lengthen if you're doing a fold. And exhale back into your forward fold. Press into your feet, lift and rise up. As you come up, big stretch. Take your time to get there. We'll always do 3 of these. Good. One more. Nice. Hands to the heart. Stepping that left foot over top the right. So the pinky toes are close together. Release the right arm down. Left arm reaches up. So you can have a wall close by for support. So starting with that side stretch. And then to access the muscles in the back, we're going to scoop the belly under, in, and then take a look down. Feeling the big toes anchoring down. Another breath. Push into the feet and come back up. And then see about folding at the hips. Forward. Maybe hands stay on the thighs. You stay halfway lifted. Maybe you utilize the block. Or maybe you come a little bit further, up to you. Shifting weight maybe into the toes a bit more and the heels. Notice where the sensation works best for what you need right now. Push into the big toes, especially walk the hands up that front thigh. And then take that left foot and send it all the way back to the back of the mat. Bend into the front knee, opening that knee towards the pinky toe side of the mat, opening the arms, warrior 2, soft into the shoulders. Gaze over that front middle finger, connect to core, hold and breathe. Release the backhand down, turn the front palm, reverse warrior, reaching all the way up. Maybe the hand cradles the back of the head if that feels better for you. And then again, you might tuck the belly, taking a look down towards the back foot. Release the arms, front arm, right arm coming down to the thigh. Opposite arm alongside the ear or maybe behind the back, pressing outside edge of the left foot down, nice and firm. Good. One more breath. Press into the feet to come up and let both feet come out towards the side of the mat so the toes are spreading apart. Bend your knees again. Let the hands come to the inner thighs like the fingers are pointing forward. And then see about dipping one shoulder down in between the center and then lift that one up. Pressing the inner thighs out a little bit. Press the other shoulder down. Draw the belly in and back up. And you can play with this a bit. Good. If that feels okay, you might do one more each side or take a little pause. And then come through center, hands to the heart, back into your goddess. Strong legs. Good. Push into the feet, straighten the legs, and then turn once again towards that right side and step the back foot forward. We'll inhale the reach all the way up. Big reach up. Exhale the fold. You can make this a bit of a dangling fold if you like, holding opposite elbows, releasing here, softening jaws and forehead, or holding the forearms on the thighs, releasing head, neck, and shoulders. Another long breath. And we'll come right onto our backs and find your strap close by. You might have support for under your head or whatever you need there. And just to start, let the feet be wide. Hold on to opposite elbows and windshield wiper knees one side, elbows the other. Just getting a little bit more into the hips and into the shoulders. Sometimes helps to neutralize stuff that might be in the low back. And then pause at center. Bring your feet a little closer together. And draw the right knee into the chest. And strap goes onto the ball of the foot. And just stretch that leg up and do a couple of those points and flexes of the foot again, the ankle. And then pause in dorsiflexion with the toe drawing towards the knee and draw the leg towards you. As you do, anchor down through the sit bone so that you aren't getting the leg closer to your chest by lifting the hip up. We'll just pause and hold here a moment. So even though you're doing the stretch and you have got the foot in a flex position, see how you can soften. So it might be softening jaws, it might be softening the hip, softening in through the leg. If you pull the leg too close too soon towards your chest, then it's going to have a reactive tightening. So instead, see if you can just be really gentle. 2 more breaths here, feeling into the whole back of the hamstring and the calf. And then bend that knee, put the foot onto the opposite thigh, and then draw the opposite leg in towards you, taking a pause in your figure 4. You might rock the leg side to side to feel a point of intensity that works for you. And unwind that right leg and place the foot on the floor. Opposite leg is in, and you've got the strap going on to the left leg. Point and flex a couple times, just activating that calf muscle. And then pause. Keep the bum anchoring down, and then draw the leg towards you. Breathe into the hamstring and calf. Notice what you can soften. And place the side of the foot onto the opposite thigh. Maybe drawing that opposite thigh in towards you, rocking side to side to notice how the stretch is in the left glute. Soften jaws and forehead. And then unwind the knees, hands to the knees, and just a couple times circle the legs around. And when you're ready, head into Shavasana. So it might be that the feet stay on the ground with the knees bent, or maybe you extend the legs out. Cozy, comfortable. Finding a posture that works best for you. Just allow your whole body to rest, relax, and surrender into whatever your chosen posture is. And I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana today for as long as it feels supportive. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. And I'm just going to leave you here in Shavasana today. So please listen to your inner teacher, your inner guide, staying as long as it feels best for you. There's no need to get up. Take care. Wishing you a beautiful day.